Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Ginger Gardening. Today I'm going to show you a visit to the bees, some sowing, some seed swapping and general enjoying the spring and the excitement that's to come in the allotment and garden. Here we are just topping up the spring feed for the bees. You can see them in the cup in the middle. Coming up the central conical to so they don't end up in the syrup, and you can see the bees at the top of the conical getting quite excited and coming back down because they've picked up that syrup's coming in very quickly. And we do this every couple of weeks just through this time, the hunger gap time, just to ensure that we replace any food we've taken away when the bees give us lovely honey. Michelle, my sister.
Hi.
And this is the lady that we do all the seed swapping with and get very excited and sad. Her son that's filming thinks we're very sad old ladies, but we're going to go through some seeds that I've planted to see whether Michelle wants to use some. It's a great way because they're so expensive and there's often seeds to a number that you couldn't possibly use in your garden. So if you've got 200 seeds in a packet, why not share them? These are the ones I've done.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to do some more of those, but you can have some.
What's that?
Cosmos.
Cosmos, I love the Cosmos. Oh, I'll have a big one.
She's talking about the tomato. She's very dirty. Her sense of humour is even worse than mine. I have my tin of what I planted just so I remember, because I'm old
And mental.
and can't remember anything. Right. Swede, carrot.
Swedes, I had all my swedes. I think it's because we're in the country and the chickens and everything. We've got rats, and when we went to dig up the swedes, they were just literally the top of it was left. It was all been eaten underneath. Same with the carrots.
Really?
We just got on top is about a centimetre top bit of carrot and the, what do you call it, the leaves.
So it could have been a rat,
It could have
a
been
mole.
a mice.
We need to look up. Does anybody know in the comments below what would have eaten all your root veg?
There was swede was eaten, carrots were eaten, leeks weren't touched, onions weren't touched, so and turnips were eaten.
These are some of my seeds. I plant, Michelle knows, every year loads of butterfly and bee flowers, so flowers with their sexy bits on show so the bees can get to them, so we're ensuring the bees have got a good food source. Hi guys, been shopping. Got myself some Propagators. There's 3 trays, 3 base trays and 3 lids for $3.99. Some gardening gloves, always good. I think this was just 79p, a scoop for my soil. As you saw, I did my seed swap with my sister, and she's kindly also given me some Houselegs, which I'm going to plant up in some well-drained soil for the summer. So I do love Houselegs, and they're lovely first thing in the morning with dew on them. Okay, so let's get going. I grew multi-headed sunflowers, and it was far better because although they were reasonable size, but I got tons per bush.
Probably worth looking at.
They were great. They are morning glory, and I'm going to grow them again this year. So I went up the arch.
Yeah.
The only thing is, if you've got young kids, very toxic. Right, here are my Houselegs, and I can't remember the Latin name for them. They have been put in well-drained compost. They have got lots of gravel, so the heads, florets don't sit in the damp, and they will be lovely all through the year. So, why don't you have a go? This is something Rob Smith gave me at Seedy Sunday last year. I wonder if that's still in date or they're still growing. They might. Oh, no.
Zucchini.
I call him the willy one. The willy courgette. Well, he didn't give them to me, he gave them to Oscar. Butternut squash. Do you remember I told you about an injury and I didn't get to put out my winter bedding? Well, I've had these hardening off, and rather than wasting them, I'm going to see if I plant them out, they will do in my pots of spring bedding until we really get things going for the season. You can hear my dog playing with next door's dog outside. So these are beautiful Primulas, and when I've finished with them in the pot, I'll plant them into the garden for next year. One of those things that just give fabulous springtime colour when you're feeling just a bit low and need to have a pick-me-up. So let's see, I never like wasting anything, even if it's, look at those roots, even if it's the wrong time of year, rather than wasting it, I'll give it a go. I'll keep you posted to see whether they establish enough and put on a display for me. So, as I always say with gardening, it's trial and error. If you miss a deadline and something's already growing, don't waste it, have a go. If you lose it, you've not lost anything, you've given it a chance. So let's hope that these polyanthus come into bloom and give me a nice display. Yeah, these are, I'm going to keep these ones though. These are Seedy Sunday, these are heritage variety, and the whole idea of Seedy Sunday is you can swap seeds that are not on the government list, because there is a limited list of seeds that you can sell, and there is some worry that we're narrowing the gene pool for seeds. So this is a way that we can share those seeds. And I've heard somewhere, and I have to check it out so it's true, that the government, or not the government, but companies are trying to stop seed swaps.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So, which is
They can monopolise it.
a bit sad. Today I'm going to plant my Coleus. It has to be planted January to March, so right at the end of the last couple of weeks of the sowing season. Grew them last year, great. They had fabulous late colour, and if you can hear outside, my dog is waiting to come in, so I'll just go and show you him. Blaze! Hello, Blaze! Hello, Blaze! Hello! Hello! Rah! 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 I'm coming to get you. Rah! Rah! Rah, rah, rah. That's Blaze, the mad, beautiful rescue greyhound. Right, we just had a mad play with the dog. Hopefully you'll get to see him much more. He's a beautiful dog. Another one thing that I greatly believe in is rescuing greyhound. Lovely family dog, go for it. Right, the Coleus. As you can see, the Coleus seed are tiny. There we go. And I'm going to try and get a couple to each cell to give them enough room to grow. So I try and do this one-handed. Here we go. They're minute, so I tend to struggle with these. I'm going to put the camera down and sew them and show you when I've finished. Right, I don't know whether you can see this, but I'm rather excited because I have some lettuce coming up. And I don't know about you, whoops, sorry about that, I get very sad and very excited when in spring, because I started sowing quite late in March. I try not to sow too early. I think it's a mistake. Look, my lettuce, how exciting. Here, are my grafted tomatoes. These are the Rob Smith ones I showed you in the last episode. They are starting to perk up after being transferred. So these are the currant tomatoes. So they grow the size of currants and are great for storing. The rest, not much has been happening. Most things aren't germinating yet, but don't speak too soon. They're the Coleus I've just planted. Oh, it looks like we've got a tiny, you're not going to be able to see it even, a tiny sprout here of what's this, sorrel. Let's have a look around the greenhouse again. Up top, nothing, no. Nothing yet. No shoots from the dahlias. And I think I might have one tomato coming again. I was late with tomatoes, but I will show you those as soon as they show their heads. Lettuce, but I will be doing successional. Sorrel.
I haven't done that.
That's
that was on your thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's a lemony flavoured salad leaf. It's gorgeous. So you can take some of that. Parsley. Parsley. That was our country voice.
You got raw beans.
You got raw beans. Here is a selection of veg I got with, I believe it was the April issue of this month's Kitchen Garden magazine. I'm not going to sow those today because I've already done, obviously we want to sow those in situ. I sow beetroot in situ and I've already got some parsley, but that will be for later. I believe it's the year of the cosmos. I don't know where I heard that, it's in the back of my mind. And when I was at the Edible Garden show, I found these, which were sulphurous colours. And I've done lots of the pinks and the purples before. I planted some because I want to do some later in the season, so I get some autumn colour before the frosts. And I'm going to try planting some of these cosmos. Perfect for bees, again, you'll hear me saying that again. These are not doubles, bees love them, and the RHS bee symbol, perfect for pollinators, is there. Something to look out for. So we're going to plant I'll label those up and pop them on the shelf. Mixed baby bell.
Oh, I'll have some of them.
Cosmos.
I love cosmos.
Well, I've got various ones. Climbing beans mixed. I like these. I think they go back to green when they're cooked, but they look quite
Yeah, they were
funky.
nice, weren't they? They grew well.
As you may remember, I asked you in the last episode what to do with my garlic because they were sprouting, and I don't know if you remember, I said I couldn't get onto the allotment because we're swapping one of the allotments and renting the one next to mine and moving my husband's next to it, and we're going to make it into one bigger allotment. So the wise old mother said start them in cells. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be very careful because can you see those beautiful shoots coming through, and I don't want to damage them. So we break the garlic up into individual cloves. You might hear the dog having a race around the garden and running up and down the side of the greenhouse. Now, when you put garlic in the soil, like with other bulbs, you mustn't push them into the soil because you might damage the root plate, and that's the last thing you want. You don't want to inhibit its roots. That's the dog again, you can hear. So I'm going to put them in the cells until I can get until I can get them into the allotment. And with any luck, as I've put them into such big cells, I won't disturb their roots too much when I'm transplanting them. That's the theory. But Mum reckons this will do them through till I need to get them in the allotment. So thanks Mum for that tip. Look at that beautiful one. I'll put them in, I'll water them in, and I'll do the rest. And then, because again I can't get to the allotment, Mum has said I need to do the same with my, I think it's Stuttgarter giant onions. So I'm going to do the same with my onion sets in a moment, and give them a start rather than waiting to get onto the allotment. Right, I'm going to do exactly the same with my Stuttgarter onion sets. They are starting to sprout. Well, that one's got a bit of mould on. I'm going to discard that one. And I can't get under the plot, so I'm going to do exactly the same. I am going to plant up my onion sets in fairly big cells again, so I don't disturb the roots. Right, there we go, we'll do that and we'll see how they compare to the seeds. These are purple spring onions.
Purple spring onions?
Hold those then and we'll get you some of those.
Try those purple carrots stuff.
Because that's the original colour of carrots, isn't it?
Yes, then apparently going to die with them to make them more appealing.
No, they were bred
to make them look
orange, but I think the Dutch king, because his colour, he was...
I thought they were bred to make them more appealing. I don't know.
No, I heard they're bred for the Dutch king, who his colour was orange. Right, they're my onion sets, potted up because I can't get up on the plot. I've run out of soil, and while my pelvis is injured, I'm not going to lift another lot up there until my hubby gets home. The greenhouse is chocker with seeds and seedlings, so we will be using the polytunnel as a temporary measure until we get the next second-hand greenhouse up. And it's bye-bye from me for now, and bye-bye from the noisy Blaze. Come here, Blaze. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Now I have got normal. These were at Seedy Sunday, and the lady said try them. You can eat them. That ornamental sweet corn that you dry in different colours.
Well, or whatever it was.
So I think that's it. Thank you very much. We'll see you later. Well, we're back from the allotment. We pulled up the last of the leeks because we don't want them sending up a flower spike and ruin the leeks. We've done a little bit of clearing. As I say, I can't do much because of my hip. And we are just going to make some potato and leek soup, but also cut, wash, soak them to get out any of the dirt and freeze the remainder of the leeks. It's lovely on the first day of spring actually to still be finishing off the harvest from last year. So I've got lots of work to do here. See you soon. Right, that's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll do some more planting later on in the week. some more gardening. We hope to start getting the greenhouse base up, so if you like garden fun, well, carry on watching. Please click and subscribe. Thank you very much for bearing with me whilst I learn the skills of blogging. Bye bye.
Welcome to episode 4 of Ginger Gardening. Maria is in the greenhouse talking to YouTubers about the things she's bought in the pound shop. Propagators, gloves, twice, and a nice trowel. She's then going to go and stroke her Houselegs, talk to the YouTubers about their floppy seedlings, and later, worried about an infestation of aphids, Maria will be in the workshop checking and cleaning her nipples. Afterwards, she's going to dust down, clean off, and see if she can get the bushwhacker to spring into life.